Good morning, gang. Absolutely beautiful morning. These videos make a lot of sense. So it's Saturday now. Saturday. Got back from Poland yesterday. Superb time. That video will probably drop after this one, I would have thought. So I won't go into too much detail on that one. But yeah, absolutely stunning morning. So today we're just having a bit of a tidy up, a bit of a clean out. I've been here for a few days, all the fish are looking well. Flip you around, beautiful, beautiful morning. All the fruit trees, plum tree, pear tree, apple tree, another apple tree, cherry tree, pear tree. Oh no, that's a pear tree actually in the middle there. Got to crack on with this, really got to push on with this now. So I'll try and get some more timber for that today. Was looking at bringing the bottom drain, putting a shed this side here, bringing the bottom drain out up through the shed floor into the filter and having that as a shed. The main access manhole there to the drain is just there, so in case you're coming out the bottom for the waste, turning and going straight into there, dig it out and put a channel in. But I'm undecided whether or not to take it along that line of bricks and come out the back and then turn and come straight down this way to the manhole. If I do that, then I'll probably put some sort of filter cover and whatever housing over the back. But the reason I set it where it is because I can easily walk up and down there. If I put a filter in there, I'm not going to be able to walk up and down there. So I'm just undecided because I need a shed and I probably need the space, but I'll have a think. Yeah, we'll see how that goes. So yeah, everything's looking good. All of these fish in here. There's a couple of shisuis. There's I think it's going to be a shower looking at it. It's got no sumi on the head. I'm not sure you can see it because of the sun actually. But anyway, a couple of shisuis, a couple of goldfish. There's a couple of commons in there. You can just see one there actually. There's two of them about that size. About 40 cm. They have been in the walls, as you can see by its tail. It's all white, it's all healing nicely. But yes, they have been in the walls, so they may end up in my friend's lake. We shall see. There's a silver coloured ghostie in there, there's a gold coloured ghostie in there. But they need to go. They were part of that rescue batch. As I said, they've all been out, they're all healing well. There's not a mark on them now, they're feeding well. Not a mark on them as in bad marks, nothing red, nothing sore, nothing lingering, not lost any. So it's just time really for those. God knows where those commons came from, and with hindsight I should have just said no, but I didn't. It is what it is. They're in there and they are doing well now. Filter on for a boil. Zeolite in a couple of old walking socks that I put in there. Try and help bring the ammonia down, because I did have a little bit of an ammonia spike. Bags for putting bras in and throwing them in the washing machine, or delicates in and putting them in the washing machine. Takes almost a bag full of zeolite, so that's good. That'll drop in there. Clay balls in there. I've decided I'm going to drop an air stone in there as well, to help with the nitrifying bacteria, because for as good as the Easy Pods are, and they are very good, it's static, so I can't see how those bacteria, unless the water's very, very well oxygenated, how those bacteria that you would have in a moving bed and a static bed, and there's a reason that you have a moving bed and a static bed. So you know, I just don't know whether they generate enough. They must do. And who am I to question people who've been making these filters and people have been using them forevermore? But I'm going to give that a go and see what happens. As far as the clay balls go for a media, they're superb. I've got them in the bottom of the shower over there as well, and they do work really well. They do collect the crap. They're not as light as K1 obviously, so they don't move around quite so much. But they seem to be working, so it's not a replacement for K1 by any stretch of the imagination, but it is a cheaper alternative to some of the other filter medias out there, and it works for me. I do know other people have tried it and it's worked for them, but yeah, it's a middle. You know, you'd have to force a lot of air into it to get that moving, because of the weight of the clay when it's heavy, but it is just clay, so it's great. Tank with the fish in there, the grow ons are still green as hell, but they're absolutely smashing on the size now. When they come to the front, you can see them. So I'm probably going to end up buying a UV for that. I didn't really want to, but I probably will. All fishing are doing really well. Water clarity is really good. Sun's shining on it, so all you can see is the reflection at the moment, but yeah, take my word for it, the clarity is good. It's green at the moment because we put some Evolution Aqua pure gel in there just to kickstart it, because it's a relatively new system, and they have had some treatments in there as well. So just to try and get the bacteria going now that the weather's warming up and everything else is going. So yeah, all good. But the sun's shining right on top of the greenhouse, and it pretty much stays in it all day. Water temperature's getting up to about 18 degrees with no assistance from me. So we'll crack on, get that cleaned, get the jack matting out of that little green genie cleaned, start having a look and maybe get some fish out and bowl them up and see where we go. And I can't wait to start getting this sorted out. Look at that. It's like Steptoe's junkyard at the back of here at the minute. But we will get there. Catch you in a bit. So happy days. We got that sorted. Tip: don't take your eye off when you're filling your easy pod back up. I'm sure I'm not the first. I'm sure I won't be the last. Yeah, we all know what happens when you take your eye off it when it does. Anyway, all sorted. Little bit of K1 to get out of the pond, but so we managed to get this sorted. Put the airline in, cut little notch out. Airline's in the middle, so that's going well. Decided to take the pipe off to get some water falling in, as I've taken one of the airlines out and put it in there, just to help with oxygenation. Bag down there, you get them from Wilco's or B&M or any of those places, but make sure you get a reasonable one. They're about £3 or £4 each, but happy days. Great for putting the zeolite in. So that's in there. You can see some of the K1 floating around on top. I'll fish that out now. It's all starting to move about, so that's good. Fish is still a little bit upset because I've been messing about. But yeah, there you go. We shall plough on and catch up with you guys very soon. Okay folks, so just about to Maidenhead Aquatics down the road, not far from me. Picked up a load of plants, so we're doing a deal on buy 5 and get a few quid off, so that was alright. So I'm just trying to plant them up in groups of 3s. Picked up these floating pots, plan being that these will all start to grow over the top. So clay balls in the bottom, plants in, clay balls over the top to finish it off. You can attach them to the sides of the ponds, and then they go. So I've got another 2 of them to plant up, and we'll just hang them around this pond, not going anywhere else. All of these fish are going tomorrow down to my mate's lake. Oh, there's a lovely robin there, look at that. There he is, pops in, he's quite friendly. Yes mate, I know. Need to get your feeders filled up, don't we? Lovely, glorious, isn't it? So I'll get the rest of these planted up and spin back to you in a bit. But, the dogs are full of energy. Spring has sprung. So yeah, see you very shortly. Happy days. That's the 3 of them planted up. Now, obviously not going to stay there. I'm going to move them around the pond, but they should all start to grow over. Hopefully, if we keep some decent weather, they'll grow up and grow over and all the rest of it. And theoretically, we shouldn't see the outer of the box, but the fish can't get to them. Swimming away happily over there. So yeah, we'll get these moved around and crack on with some other bits. A couple
couple of Mark Gardeners there, the Goshki, the smaller Kajaku, and the Benikiko. And then you got the shag off Vince and the shower, well, off Danny actually. They are both, oh, and the lemon Harawaki there as well. All three of those will be making their way over to Dino, because I need to make some room. Well, that Kajako's a bit fresh. Kajaku rather. That's a nice fish. I do like the Benikiko as well. Okay folks, well I decided to move those fish from there to there because it'll be slightly easier to see and catch for when my mate comes round tomorrow, and he can get them in his lake, pond lake, whatever. We're just going to refill this and we're going to absolutely smash that. We're going to go PP because I've only got PP and chloramine T, and I don't use PP for anything other than disinfecting really. So we're going to smash the daylights out of that. With the PP. Everything has now been moved to the main grow on pond, and they are all quite happy in there. Zeolite from the bra bag, up with ammonia. That's working a treat. That's working a treat. Fish are looking splendid. Everyone's a winner. There's all over the shop. Have a good weekend, what's left of it, and have a good week. Hopefully some of this weather stays like this and you start to see the temperatures come up. We can all get out there and start enjoying our ponds again. Take it easy, catch you soon folks.